Assalamualaikum and hello YouTube, my name is Nur Muhammad from AliExpress, and yes, I am back with another discussion video. So shall we say that? Right. So anyway, recently a viewer of mine said, asked me whether it is really safe to buy this, AliExpress Chinese watches, or even online buying watches online. So what, I've done a few, I've bought a few, I've returned a few, and yeah, and you know what, sometimes you do get what you paid for, sometimes you don't get what you pay for, but it is what it is. So for me, my advice is check with the online platform that you wish to buy, whether it is from Lazada Malaysia, whether it is from Shopee Malaysia, or even AliExpress, on what to do if the product that you found is faulty, right? So this is where the discussion, so I've told him like that. So after that, okay, so he said he agreed with me, and yeah, so I've been buying watches from AliExpress since, I don't know, 2 or 3 years back. So I think I've returned just one watch, and yeah, it is quite a hassle, to be honest with you, to send the watch back to China to get the refund. That cost me about 1 month. Of course, I did get my refund back, but it is quite difficult. And now, especially during the crisis, the pandemic, coronavirus pandemic, so it makes it a lot difficult if you have to return the product to China, right? So anyway, so let's get back to the real conversation. Are these AliExpress brand is worth the money, right? So right now we have total of four brands from AliExpress that has recently have a surge and have a huge following because of the I think tons of reviews on them. We have on the left, this is my most recent acquisition. This is the Addiesdive Flicker watch. This is an homage to the IWC Mark 18. Alright, so and this is the Steeldive Tuna. So of course you can see that this is an homage to the Seiko tuna. I can't really remember what the reference number that this thing refers to. And the next one is the Heimdallr Shaki. I have no idea what the reference number, but this is an homage to the Seiko Captain Willard, this 6105. And the next one, the last one, is this Proxima Scuba Master, which is an homage to the Seiko MM300. Let's give this a quick wipe, right? So is it worth it, guys? You know what, so I don't really want to tell you how to spend your money on watches, but this is what I think of these watches. So basically, I think on AliExpress watches, you get what you pay for, right? So you get what you pay for. So I've paid about $60 plus on this one, 63 or 64, can't remember. All of these watches have the same exact movement, which is the NH35. And if you are trying to mod your own watch, so if you want to buy the movement itself, it will cost you about $40, right? So for me to get a $60 with an Seiko NH35 movement, total bargain on this one, right? So I've earned, and this one is about 110, sometimes 130. So of course, if you got it, and when they have AliExpress have sales, you're gonna get it a lot cheaper, maybe around $105, something like that. So, and this one on sale is about 149 US dollars, and of course you can also get it cheaper after some discounts. And this one is a bit expensive at about 185. So basically they all have their own reason why on the price difference, right? So this one, let's check out this one. So it's a basic flicker watch, so it doesn't have any bezel, it doesn't have any it doesn't really have the strongest lume here. So in fact, this is the weakest lume, but still it is way much better compared to the Korjo or even the Philida or something like that. So this is basically, I've never really checked that one out, so but check those brands out. But as I've watched quite a lot of YouTube reviews on the Philida and also the Korjo, and their lume is cool, not as good as this one, right? Of course, there is no, there's no design design credibility here. All of them are homaging something else, so yeah, you can't really give that credit to these brands. So they are homage watches, but they are trying to do it in the lowest cost as possible. So of course you've got great lume, you've got a very nice case, a very nice what do you call this, crown action, and surprise, this is a screw down crown, guys, right? So 65 bucks, totally worth it. Oh, so you go up, you add another 40 or 50 bucks more, and you've got this awesome case from Steeldive. Of course, again, it is a credit to the design of Seiko, but check out this case. I don't know, man, there's no sharp edges or whatsoever, so they really did a good job on the case finishing. And on this Steeldive we have a ceramic bezel insert. This one doesn't have any, it is, of course it has bezel, but it is fixed. We've got a ceramic bezel insert with loomed ceramic bezel insert, so totally loomed. And we have a sapphire crystal, and some viewers have mentioned that the sapphire, the AR coating underside this sapphire crystal is a bit too much, and I have to agree with that, but I don't know, it looks okay in my opinion. Of course, this has great tons of lume as well, and so far so good, right? So you go ahead and go to maybe and then another additional 10 or 20 bucks, and you've got this again, another brand from AliExpress, or this, which is this Heimdallr, and we have another refinement. Okay, so I must say a refinement. This bezel is a bit loose. This one very how to say, tight. And the most important thing is it doesn't have any back play whatsoever, and it aligns perfectly. So even this one doesn't align perfectly, this one does. So I don't know, man. Oh man, this is very nice. So, and of course, if let's say we want to talk about the price of the original, I will go to that point later. So what about the Proxima? Proxima is basically, I think I haven't checked out the other brands, which is the Saint Martin, but Proxima is basically almost the same as the Saint Martin in my opinion. So we have this very nice refined bezel insert. When you turn it, it doesn't feel that cheap at all. The only thing that lets it down is this chaptering. The chaptering is not aligned properly, as does any other Seiko for that matter. And the crown, right? So the crown, oh man, this crown, I don't know how to show it to you, but you have to feel it for yourself. This is very smooth. Unscrewing it, winding it, and unscrewing it back. This is the best crown that I've ever used on any watches that any watch that I've got from AliExpress. This crown feel almost similar to the crown feel that I've got from my Seiko Sumo, I think. So that is how good it is. And of course, this is the most expensive because it is using this monoblock construction, so everything must be put inside from the front. So yeah, that does have some extra cost to it, right? So let's talk again about the price. So you know what, for someone who likes Seiko, right, I do like, of you can call me Seikoholic or whatever. So for me to spend 1,000, so if you are to get the real thing, right, so this tuna will cost you about $800 to $1,000. So this one, $1,100 to $1,500, depending on what on the configuration. And this one is $3,000. For me, it's a bit too much. I'm wearing a Seiko, guys, right now, so I love Seikos. So this is my Seiko SRP-821, the Party Turtle. I love this thing, but if this thing costs $1,000, I would not buy it, because you know what? Come on, aluminum bezel insert, highlight crystal, a very, you know what, a normal 4R36 movement, and of course this is an iconic case design from Seiko, but I would not spend $1,000 on this one, although I love Seiko very much. So homage watches is a way for us who doesn't really want to spend that much money. so that we can have at least the feel of it, right? So I'm in the stage of my life where I can't really spend any too many money because I have got a lot of commitments. But in the future, right, so in the future, if I ever have the money, maybe my boss give me a big fat bonus, will I ever want to buy any of these 3 or 4? Definitely. So this is where I buy this homage watches so that I can know how it feels on my wrist in a long term situation, right? So I know now that all of these 4 or 3 design of Seikos is very wearable daily, but there is a downside, which is this thing is a bit heavy, this one is also a bit heavy. So if I am to get $1,000 or more Seiko watches, I'm definitely going to go with the 6105, the reissue or whatever they call it. As I think it says VDC101, and that one is definitely the one that I would go for because of the price. Is just $1,100, $1,200, and it feels a lot smaller if you compare this one versus this Seiko Total. I prefer a lot smaller watches these days, so I'm definitely going to get that the reissue of the new Seiko Captain Willard. So anyway, this is just my opinion, guys. So in conclusion, you do get what you pay for. That's it. Alright, so it's just as simple as that. For me, if you guys want to, go ahead and get yourself a few more of these. Go ahead, just enjoy yourself, your watch, your money, so your style. So for me, I'm going to be closing my watch purchase for this year 2020 with this one is the last one for this year, and maybe in next year in 2021 I will get the one of the Saint Martin. So right now I'm thinking of the what do you call that green Submariner. So that one is number 1, or the other 6105. I think 6105, a different version with that mother of pearl dial, or even the Kanagawa wave dial. So that was this is the second one, or the third one. Maybe I would go for a on that what's the recently released the vintage 38mm Seiko the Rolex homage watch from Saint Martin. I don't know, it all depends on the budget that we have, but you know what, I'm enjoying these Chinese watches, and I really hope that they continue to produce these super duper cool watches so that we the ones who can't afford the real thing can enjoy it until we get the real thing, right? So if you like this kind of video reviews, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more future videos such as this one, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And of course, guys, stay safe, stay well, take care of yourself and your families and friends, and I'll see you soon, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.